Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be doing a voiceover of my gameplay so that way I could give y'all some insight on what I'm thinking when I'm fighting. It would greatly help the channel if you guys consider dropping a like and maybe subscribe. Comment down below what you guys learned from this video if you did learn anything. And as always, enjoy. As you guys can hear, there was a bunch of fighting in there and I decided that I wanted to pull up and see what was going on. I had heard about 3 different guns, so I'm assuming that there's 3 people alive, maybe 2. Now with that guy, I just decided to wait for him because I had heard him moving around and he sounded like he was on first floor. Here I'm looking for some grenades because I don't like to bring them often, and it's very far and few in between whenever I actually have a situation that I need grenades for. This is kind of shitty to do without any grenades. Now prior to all of that fighting, I had heard a guy upstairs and he was the one who ended up winning the fight for the most part. And he's holding an angle on the stairs that I really want him to get off of. So here I'm going to be doing some things so that way I could maybe potentially get him off of that angle. Right now I'm very hesitant on looting the guy because I don't want him to end up coming out on that window just to shoot me. And then there's guys fighting outside, so I was thinking maybe if I was to shoot at them or something, I could get the other guy to think that I'm not focused on him and he could push down and maybe try something a little bit risky. Also wanted to add that part in because I low-key got sold. Fuck this game. It was around here where I started realizing that the guy that was up there is really stubborn and he's not gonna move, so I had to kind of bait him by trying to get him to shoot me. And once I do that, I drain his mag, push up on him, and then get the kill. Now this flashlight right here was actually not even the guy. It was somebody that he had killed and they just fell in the perfect position for him to use it as kind of like something to blind me. Of course, now that I know it's working, I want him to continue to do it. And thankfully, he pushes off of his angle, which then I can use to gain more space. And there's the mag. And there we go, we won. Now some of y'all might be thinking, why don't I run grenades? It's because I've had a lot of bad experiences with them, and they just do me wrong more than they're supposed to, you know, do the other person wrong. So I just kind of started building my playstyle around not needing them. Kind of want to get in that. That guy has an HK. I had heard people downstairs over in the bunker area, so I'm gonna go and try to maybe pick a fight with somebody down there. Now, given that the shots were being able to be heard from the building that I was in, pretty much means that they're right in this general vicinity. I heard 2 footsteps, so I kind of don't want to peek too hard. I'm just taking shots at the moment. So since that other guy ran away, I decided that I was going to try to bait the guy into coming into this hallway, and once he did, it's basically shooting fish in a barrel. Decided to give the other guy a little bit more time because I wanted him to think that I was going to go after his friend and get him to close some distance so I could get him in there. In this game, where desync can pretty much make or break a fight, it's best to pre-fire an angle that you know somebody's at, just so you can have a better opportunity of winning the fight. Now, his buddy didn't show up for a long while, so I just decided to start looting. And I guess it's because he was fighting these guys. So I decided, of course, to pull up, see what I can do. Unfortunate circumstance in his case, but you know, it is what it is. Now I gotta fight this guy, or these guys. Here I'm just waiting for him to peek something. I know he's not going to because he knows it's a left-hand peek versus a right-hand peek. And I have all of the advantage right now. If he was to try something silly. Now in this case, I really want him to push me, but I know he's not going to. So I just decided to get a little bit ballsy and start shooting at head height where I think he's going to be if he decides to peek. That, and so that way I could take away his confidence from peeking because he knows I'm already shooting at an angle that would be very difficult to peek from. I didn't see him here, so in my head, his only way around is if he goes over to the ramp side of D2. It takes him a bit to get there, but I just decided in that spare time that I'm going to start looting some people so that way I can, you know, get the tags and maybe try to clean up. Because maybe sometimes they just run away. I've had a lot of people run away on me instead of just fighting it out. But this guy seems like a Chad, so... Eventually, I'll just chalk it up to maybe him leaving, but if he didn't, it is what it is. I'm just going to go and loot the guy and maybe get out. As you can see, he definitely pushed over there like I originally thought he would. So I'm just going to creep up. Sadly, he did see me in that peak, so I know he's a Chad, so I'm just going to continue to fire. I didn't expect him to jump across like that, so I'm just going to try to make my position better as best I can. Unfortunately, I did get tagged up a little bit. But again, I'm still in a very bad position where I'm at right now, so I'm just going to pop a painkiller and then go somewhere where I know I'm going to be safe. And then hopefully my goal is to catch this guy on the same angle that I had caught the first guy. Loki fucked me up. That was a bad push. I had the exact same way. After this, I really didn't get any other fights other than maybe a couple of scavs, but I just looted my kills and then extracted. But anyways, I do hope you guys enjoyed the video and found it educational. If you learned anything, go ahead and implement that into your playstyle, and maybe comment what you did learn, if you learned anything. Good raid, good raid.